Good luck on your Pokemon journey! Gotta watch them all! PokeCollection episodes, that is.
Hello everybody, welcome back to PokeCollection. It has been what seems like a century since I've last uploaded. I believe I haven't uploaded since about March or April of 2022, and that's a big gap for me, because for the last 13 years I have been pretty much delivering content on the go. And speaking of which, we just celebrated 13 years of PokeCollection. PokeCollection is finally in its teenage rebellious years, which is insane to even say. But first and foremost, I just wanted to sort of update you guys on things and what's been happening. And first of all, I'm very, very sorry that I haven't been able to upload much at all. The plan was to upload a lot more since what turned into the break. But a lot of things have been happening behind the scenes, a lot of life things, a lot of career things, and you'll also find out some reasons as to why things have taken a bit of a dip this year. So more on that at some point very soon. But part of it has been my career, which this year, for some of you who don't know, I changed jobs this year, and with that came a lot more responsibility and time away from being able to create any content. For those who have been following me across PokeCollection social, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, and all that sort of stuff, I've still been there, I've still been communicating, I've still been around and updating posts there, here and there. I've just not been on Twitch and YouTube specifically for live streams and pre-recordings and things. So for now, if you want to keep in touch with me, feel free to go to PokeCollection.com. You can find me on all the other socials in the meantime. But I did take, I did kind of take the time to really just sort of look back on PokeCollection and the way I see PokeCollection moving forward. And I think the best time for it to happen was really knowing that I was hitting, 13 years of PokeCollection. I've been doing this for so long. And, there's many thoughts that have come up, especially since the decade mark, what to do from here. And a lot of my priorities have been on my career and my life, and rightfully so, because there's so much stuff to do outside of here, and I never really saw PokeCollection as a full-time thing. It was I love it, and I super enjoy it, and I've embraced all the amazing opportunities that have come my way and continue to. But I really haven't. It was always going to be something that was quite transient for me, in terms of in terms of the success I've managed to have, and I knew that it wasn't always going to last or be at this peak for so long. So I guess with that knowledge, I kind of always wanted to make sure that my career and life took precedence, just because I have something to fall back on, and PokeCollection always remains to be something that I enjoy and love. It's a nice escape to go to when I can, but this year has definitely shown that it's taken a lot longer to get back to my escapes and my enjoyment of pop culture and stuff. And that's just the way life goes when life hands you more responsibilities. PokeCollection isn't going anywhere. Don't worry about it. I've been here 13 years. I'm going to go for the next 13 years as long as I can, as long as I possibly can. But it did sort of get me thinking as to where I wanted to see, or where I saw PokeCollection heading into the future. And I know that times have changed on what social looked like when I first started, be pre-monetization, pre-sponsorships, all that, partnerships and all that sort of stuff. I've come from a very, very old age of YouTube now, which really puts into perspective the amount of shifts that I've seen over the past decade and then some. So I was looking at sort of just the state of affairs, and it's taken a long time to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. But with my content going forward, I actually wanted to specialize it in a certain way that you get sort of different things across different channels and more frequently if I can as well. So for YouTube, for example, where it all began for me, you've had pre-recordings and long recordings of booster box openings and things. With Twitch and my enjoyment of Twitch and being live in the moment, and even back in my Ustream days, I've always loved that interaction in real time because I'm speaking to real people at the same time. So I've decided going forward for YouTube, as much as I possibly can, I'm going to be doing live streams as my future recordings, so that you guys can tune in live on air while I'm there, and then also people who miss it can still catch up with it, and it's all recorded. But it might not be as polished as other recordings might have been. But it's nice to be in the moment, you know, when live shows are happening, or if you just get a notification and stuff, you know, I'm there and real and, you know, pretty much live. So get that bell notification on if you're keen to keep up with that. I've also enabled Super Chat, and also you can subscribe now as well. And hopefully I'll be bringing some exclusive content to subscribers too. You get emotes just like on Twitch, and I'll add to them as subscribers grow, as things qualify. So my aim for YouTube is to bring more of that live sense that I did on Twitch, but continue to make it TCG focused, so that pretty much you get the same sort of TCG goodness, but it's live. And in some cases I may pre-record here and there based on what's convenient at the time. It just means that if I'm doing it more live and more frequently, it means less editing and therefore less time for me to upload. It means that it's instantly available pretty much after the live stream ends, so you guys can see it in real time. And that means all the backlog that I've got, which is right there. There's so much to open from Fusion Strike onwards, including Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, and Pokemon Go, and the forthcoming Lost Origins coming too. It just means I can keep up, especially when sometimes I have to step away, you know, and take care of lifey things. With the sort of new short form content, like shorts on YouTube, Reels on Instagram and TikTok, obviously. I'm going to be introducing something which I'm going to call Booster Bites, or a bit like Spinder Bites from many, many years ago. You know, when you had a little short that lasted about 30 seconds, or maybe even a minute or so. Essentially, Booster Bites will be very quick booster pack openings from various sets. It could be a mixture, it could be same, maybe like 1, 2, or 3. It could be like a little tin, all sort of opened within sort of 30, 60, 90 seconds based on the time limits available. And that'll be vertical content that's specifically and exclusively available on those formats, which are Shorts, Reels, and TikTok, which you won't find on, I guess, your usual sort of content that like YouTube and that sort of thing. So pretty much that's where I'm going with YouTube. Being live, TCG as much as possible, plus pre-recorded content if I go to events and stuff. Obviously, you've got to film that and edit that together. And then you've got Shorts, Reels, TikTok, which is going to be more short-form, fun, to-the-point content, and stuff that I can do without always having to edit videos all the time as well, which again saves me time and gives you guys content, and random content that you can just sort of scroll through as you're sort of doom scrolling through, you know, all the social channels that you follow. Twitch, that's been great for me. I was enjoying Friday Night Lives from last year, and I'm hoping to continue and resume those. But Twitch, I'm going to now focus more on just gaming and chats and stuff, whereas YouTube will be TCG and chats. So I found that Twitch was really cool for TCG, but I think YouTube is where the home is for TCG, and that's where it should stay. And maybe I'll cross over here and there, but I felt Twitch was a nice sort of like a zen space where I can just play games and go live there. So I'm going to sort of distinguish those slightly. It may or may not work, I don't know. It's just kind of what I feel is kind of the right way to do things. And then you've got the rest of social media, where I'm on, like on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. If you want to join the conversation, go to PokeCollection.com and you'll find a whole list of channels there. So that's kind of all been in my thoughts for a while, and I've got the whole blurb sort of posted across social, and put it in the video description, or a link to the post as well, so you can read it in a bit more detail. But that's kind of where my head's at. And I thought I'd let you guys know. You might have already seen. If not, this might be your first exposure to that. But it'd be really cool to get your feedback on this. What your thoughts are. I'd love to know what you guys want to see in the future. I'm just really. It's been really hard because for the last 13 years I've been, PokeCollection is has been such a big part of my life. My whole 20s was there was just PokeCollection around me. Like, my whole 20s always had that as a caveat to my life, and going into obviously in my 30s now, it's still very much there. So I don't see it going anywhere, and it's always going to be my baby. And but I know with it has come a shift in viewership, and while I can see that in statistics and numbers, my focus, that sort of helps me understand what's going on. Maybe people drift off, people grow up, and all that sort of stuff. It also helps me sort of figure out, hang on, where am I taking my content? Am I being true to form? Am I being, is this content that people enjoy? So you won't see changes too much in the sense of the kind of content that I put out and how I put it out. You're not going to see me going crazy with pulls and all that stuff. You'll still see the same old me. Because I know that's something that people want, and it's probably not as common now in this sort of PokeTuber sphere or something. I don't know how you want to call it. But yeah, I just feel like this is kind of the right step forward for me. I need to streamline a few things. I don't have too much time to fancy edit stuff, and if it's events coverage or maybe other content, then maybe I'll spend more time on those, like interviews and things. But for this TCG content, because there's so much stuff coming out all the time, I really want to open the cards, and I want to show it off and help you guys live through it as well, but without the sort of tiring and taxing editing process, which sometimes ends up me being procrastinating. Like, I end up procrastinating from it, and it just delays things. And I'm just going to own up to that, because it's just one of those things that it's not the best part of content creation. It's not my favorite part at all. And I'm sure I could get somebody else to do it for me, but it's something that I want to do, and I want to just I want to keep it as true to me as possible. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, and I wanted to kind of hear feedback from you guys. I've been looking at my dashboard for months and months, and I've been meaning to work up the courage to film something again, and I think this will be a nice way to start things off again, start a new season, start new fresh. PokeCollection's 13 now, another perfect way to start the new rebellious years. It's not going to be exactly the same as it was, which it fits in perfectly the theme of rebellion. And that's why I've got the whole PKC 13 logo and stuff set up. We've got the new film set ready to go. So I've been working on all this very slowly but surely behind the scenes, and I'm really gearing up to open a ton of content. There's a lot of stuff to open, and I'm really, really excited to open that stuff and catch up with everything that I've missed out on. And obviously Lost Origins coming up very soon in September. And guess what? Spinder is returning in the sets. It's not been seen in the set since 5 years ago with Sun and Moon base set, I believe. So that's really exciting to look forward to. So can't wait to pull all the Spinders in the world. Yeah, that's really it. This wasn't going to be a ramble video from the get-go. I knew it was going to be quite a long one. 13 minutes or so. Sorry. I hope you guys are doing really well. I miss you guys so much. I can't really explain how much I miss doing all this stuff. I can tell you, behind the scenes, life is nuts, and there's so much to catch you up on, and you'll hear more about things probably in future videos because I ramble. But I just wanted to say hello, that I hope you guys are really well. I miss you all, and thank you for everybody who has stuck by me for the past 13 years, or past 1 year, past month or week. To the new subscribers that have continued to subscribe, thanks so much for believing in me, and for honoring me with your subscription, because it means a lot that in this day and age where it's hard to get that sort of stuff, that it means that you do enjoy it, and that really helps me realize that I probably won't give up at all. There's been moments of that, and I do it for you guys. I started off with just doing it for me, but now I know there's people out there that watch my content, and honestly, seeing a comment from you makes a world of a difference. and I have been responding to comments on YouTube still, even if it's old videos, new videos, or whatever. So I just wanted to thank you all for staying in touch there, and if you haven't got that bell notification on, please keep it on, because I do hope to be a lot more live in the future. I'm not sure how consistent it will be, but I will promise you that there will be tons more content coming, whether it's shorts, whether it's YouTube live, whether it's Twitch. And the best way to keep in touch with me is when I'm offline, when I'm on social like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that sort of stuff. If you guys are there, Discord as well, if you want to join my Discord, all the links are in the description below. And yeah, that's it really. I just wanted to update you guys on that. In terms of, I think the last thing really was, in terms of PokeCollection's 13th birthday celebrations, for reasons you'll find out soon, it's unlikely that we'll be doing something major this year, but because I've got so much to open, and I feel like this year will be an ongoing celebration for many, many reasons. So I feel like it's going to be like year 8 again, when I went overseas and it wasn't like a live stream per se. But hopefully there'll be more common live streams and stuff that you can get involved with, and hopefully I can sort of give you shout outs via Patreon contributions or even subscriptions and all that stuff. So yeah. That's it from me. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are well. Much love to you all, and I will see you guys, I promise, very, very soon. Take care and see you soon. Bye.